Hello and welcome to my new video. Today I'm gonna talk about the corrupted dungeons. So, what are the corrupted dungeons? These are a certain amount of dungeons, usually PvE, but with a touch of PvP. And now, as you can see, I'm standing here right in front of a corrupted dungeon. It has these bloody marks, and it has a yellow goldish glow. So we're gonna enter, and here we see you have the infamy. This is something you gain from doing corrupted dungeons. You can select the difficulty, which is Hunter, Stalker, and Slayer. And as you can see, the requirements for a Hunter are at least 800 item power. These can only be entered in the blue and yellow zones, and the enemies are tier 5. As for the PvP results, it's only a knockdown, so you don't lose any gear. And this is nice for training, because in Stalker and Slayer, these are full loot. What does this mean? You lose your gear if you die. As you can see, we just entered. We're gonna see this scroll. We're gonna click it. This scroll will only let you invade someone else. If you don't click it, which is a possibility by the way, you can only get invaded. But that's not certain. There's a certain amount of a certain percentage if you touch the scroll, and this percentage is about maybe 50 to 60% of invading or getting invaded. Now, as you can see on the right of our screen, you have the corrupted dungeon hunter difficulty. You need to kill about at least 100 mobs. These are not 100 mobs, but only the points you get, and each mob gives you a certain amount of points. As you can see, there are also different amounts of enemies. And we're just gonna kill these. As you can see, these are actually very easy to evade. Now these are traps, and these will deal with only some damage. This is another mob, and when on death, it explodes. This is another trap you see. It spits lava, and this goes to a certain distance. As you can see, sorry for that. We're gonna do this. Also, we just killed an imp. These are small mobs in the dungeon, which won't attack you, but if you attack them, they explode. That was a lava one. That one hurts a lot. It does a lot of damage. You see the purple ones, they deal no damage, but they silence you. That big mob over there is a warlock. It's like a caster, and that heretic thief is just like what it's It's a thief. It's an assassin type. You have these other mobs. They give quite some points, but not much. As you can see, I only have 7 points out of 100. So we're gonna do some. We're gonna evade these because we're gonna go on to the boss. As you can see on the map, on the mini map, you have a small space in the middle area. That's where the boss spawns, and you have some mini bosses. Behind these mini bosses are quite a bit of cash. We're gonna go for one, and I'm not perfect on the deathgivers. As for the build, you can just take whatever you want. because in the Hunter you don't lose anything. It's truly for trading. On Stalker, during the PvP fight you lose. It's like the black zone, it's like the red zone. Same for Slayer, only Slayer is tier 8 and Stalker is tier 7, 7.1, somewhere about that. We're gonna do these. Gonna kill. So we can go for the boss. Evade these traps. Evade these. Oh, sorry. This one. As you can see, we're gonna get knocked down. I'm gonna show you. You were knocked down and you get about 15 seconds before you get up. Now this was only for show. Usually I don't do this. We're gonna do we're gonna kill these. You got this minion, as you can see. It explodes. It does not deal damage to you. It only knocks you down. But what it does do is it deals damage to the enemy mobs. No damage to you. It deals damage to the enemy mobs. Now, as for the food, I usually take the cabbage soup because it's easy for the health regen. And this is an Infernal Horror. As you can see, this is a mini boss and it has a closed chest. And it also has a little bit more HP. As you can see, it has 5k HP. It deals quite some damage, but it's not alarming. You just have to be a bit more careful than me, but that's no issue. Now on Stalker and on Slayer, the mobs also deal quite a bit more damage. The Stalker can be compared to the Hunter, only full loot PvP. That's one mini boss down. As you can see, we got quite a bit of points for that mini boss. And these small exploding ones give only 1 point. The mini bosses give about, I think it's 20 points or something, or 30 points. The boss only spawns at 100 points. As you can see, infernal powers move you to another place. You have some seconds for invading a dungeon or getting invaded. As you can see, we get a shield if we invade one. If we don't invade someone, we don't get a shield, but all our cooldowns will be up and we get full HP. And as you can see, we see the map of our enemy. He has cleared about a corridor or something, maybe more. And once you see these mobs that are incoming, then as you can see, when the pillars are getting destroyed, the dungeon will end for you. So as you can see, I'm getting seen on the map, and he showed himself where he was with a pillar. and we're gonna go to him. We're gonna see if we can find it. Ah, here he is. As you can see, as this is only training, the usual players are only beginner. However, it's different for Stalker and Slayer. Slayer is definitely high tier, and you need at least full tier 7 or something for that, because you need to have at least 1.2k item power or something. And we're gonna go for our cooldowns. So you just take the hunter as a training. As you can see, he has about less than 300. He has about 300 HP. We're gonna go for another one. We'll be able to get him soon. We're gonna go. Here we are. And come on. Come on. Oh. Now, we're gonna have him. So I can show you. As you can see. Now you have about 30 seconds time left to get the loot. You get some items from him, but you don't get his gear. It's like a chest you get from killing a boss. So it's you get some beginner bags, you get some gear pieces. So hunter is only good when you can do it in big amounts of unless you're very good. This is another one of the mini bosses. This is more of a melee boss. This deals a bit more damage than the other ones, but that's no excuse for us. We're just gonna kill him like a normal one, because it doesn't do that much. He also leaves the bag. We're gonna take it. We're gonna get the chest. This can be a rare chest or a normal chest. As you can see, this was just a common chest with just some stuff in it. Now we're gonna go see if we can get another chest. Usually there are about 2 or 3 chests which we can get. We're gonna evade it all. You have these bloated frogs. If you kill these, they slow you. They can slow people. As you can see, it's an area of effect frog, and it slows. Doesn't deal much damage, just the slow is annoying. Now we got 82 of the 100 corrupted dungeons points. If you want, you don't have to do the boss on when you get 100 points. You can just clear it all if you truly want everything done, or if you want, or just clear it whatever you need. We're gonna see if we can get another. The small chests are not really worth destroying, because usually they don't give a lot, or they give just some vendor crap. We got 97 of the 100 points. And this one was the last one. Now we're gonna check for the chest here. As you can see on the mini map, there's a big mark for the boss right in the middle. Now it's not always in the middle. Sometimes it's somewhere on top of something. Ouch. Now, as you can see, there's a small area on the about north of the boss, or northeast actually. This will probably have a chest. So you got like 3 chests or something, 3 big chests, which actually are worth getting. As you can see, it's from Warlock. Gotta wait for our spirit so we can do this. It's easier if you can just get the full buff. These warlocks do an area of effect which quite hurts. Now as you can see, it was a blue glow, so it was an uncommon chest. And we're gonna go for the boss. It's quite easy. Now we just slay the boss and we're done. I'm gonna evade these because it's not worth killing these. We have everything. Now it's a warlock boss. There are 2 sorts of bosses. You got the warlock boss, and you got the melee boss. The melee boss is different. And we're gonna get some. Oh, now it does an AoE. We're gonna evade. And we're gonna deal another bit of damage. Ouch. That was my bad. Usually it goes better. um, so when you kill this boss, a portal spawns. You get a very big chest. You can choose what to do. You can either go for the surface and stop doing the dungeons, or you can go on and you can choose next dungeon. This will just give you another dungeon without looking for it on the map. So I'm gonna show you. Because it takes a while, we have to kill it. There are about a few 4 or 5 abilities that this one does, as you can see. This one is one of the most annoying ones. And he does it another time. So every time this boss gets low on mana, he will use his ability to get full mana. But as we can't interrupt it, we're just gonna kill it. You don't have to really interrupt this one. You just have to kill it as fast as possible. That's the only thing you need to watch for. So this boss also drops chests. Not always, but sometimes. So we're gonna take the chest, and as you can see, it's not much. Estimated value is about 86k. We're gonna take it. Now all this, what I get, is everything we have from this dungeon, just without the first 3 items. The tomes you cannot sell these. You just use them. Of course, if you're lucky, you get an Adept Tome of Insight, and this one you can sell for about, as of this point, about 20k. So we're gonna use these bags. Now these bags can be dropped. If you die in a Stalker or a Slayer, you won't drop these. As you can see, it has this red mark through the money mark. We're gonna use this as 20k. It also doesn't add up to the estimated market value in your bag. So we're gonna use the portal, and as you can see, there's a hunter dungeon portal, and you have, as you can see on the info, consecutive dungeons share the same difficulty level. So next dungeon will always be a hunter dungeon if you have done a hunter dungeon. If you've done a slayer dungeon, you'll get a slayer dungeon. If you've done a stalker dungeon, you'll get a stalker dungeon. Entering a new dungeon will retain your increased chance of invading another player. So if you've used the scroll, you get the same amount of chance of invading another player. So we're gonna go to the surface, and you'll just spawn where you entered the dungeon. Now, it's not always that there's another corrupted dungeon. Sometimes there's nothing. Other times there's a solo dungeon. So now that you went to the surface, you have to search for another dungeon. Another corrupted dungeon. On another video I will show you how a stalker dungeon works. It's about the same. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like it. Please leave a comment in the section below if you want to see me do something else. I will try my best. And also, if you have some ideas or something I'm doing wrong, please leave a comment in the section below. Thank you and welcome, and see you again.